10 random Python questions. For this, I'm going to be using Python 3.73 up here, top right up there. Okay, let's get started. What does the code below produce? Now, you can pause the video and think about that for a while, but I'm going to tell you the answer. I think the answer, print with that one there. Let's try it out. We're in Python 3. S equals cats and dogs. Print %10s cats and dogs. Well, that was a trick question. Next question. What does the code below produce? Well, you can pause the video if you like and think about that for a while. But I know the answer, so I'm going to tell it to you. X equals 10, Y equals 20, X equals X or Y, Y equals X or Y, X equals X or Y, print X, Y. Now this is how you swap variables using bitwise operators. So basically what's going on here is X equals 10, Y equals 20. After that, Y will equal 10 and X will equal 20. So the answer here is 2010. Let's just test that out. X equals 10, Y equals 20, X equals X exclusive or Y, Y equals Y exclusive or X, X equals X exclusive or Y. Let's print X, Y. 2010. There you go. That's the answer. Next question. What does the code below produce? You can freeze the video and think about that for a while. But I know the answer to this, so I'm going to tell you. Quantity equals 100. Animals equals cats and dogs. This is like a dictionary. And this is % formatting. %D decimal, %S string. 100 will go here and cats and dogs will go there. So that is 100 cats and dogs. Let's test that out. 100 cats and dogs. Next question. What does the code below produce? Oh, you can freeze the video now if you want and think about that for a while. But I know the answer, so I'm going to tell that to you. The answer here, that's going to print 2 decimal places for a float, is 55.55. Now this is a trick question really, because this is depending on what that value is there, whether that's got 3 5s or 4 5s, that would print a 55.56. So I'll show that to you. X equals 55.555. 55.55. Now if I change that to X equals 55.5555, that would print 55.56. That is floating point precision. That's the only way you can explain that. Anyway, next question. Which option below has the highest precedence over all others? Well, precedence order, that's what this is about. The answer to that, I'll let you think about that. You can pause the video. But I'm going to tell you because I know the answer, and the answer to that is parenthesis. Next question. What should X equal in order for the equation X, right shift 2 to produce 4? Well, this is a trick question. You can pause the video and think about that for a while. But I'm going to tell the answer. The answer to that question is x, right shift 2 equals 4, x needs to equal, well, let's just draw that out. 4 in binary equals 1, 0, 0. Well, if I just write binary 4, OB 1, 0, 0. Now, I need the number for right shift 2. To make that number, I need to have a number that looks like this. OB1, 0, 0, 0, 0. So the 1 has moved right 2 places. And that is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. Bin 16 is that number. So 16 right shift 2 equals 4. Sorry, 16 right shift 2 equals 4. That's that. Next question. What does the code below produce? Int 10101. You can freeze the video now and think about that for a while. I know the answer to this, so I'm going to tell you. It's just that there, 10101. Next question. What does the code below produce? Okay. I'll let you think about that for a while and you can pause the video. But I know the answer to this, so I'm going to tell you. Okay, so this is an OR operator. That by itself equals false in Boolean, or that also equals false. So let's just have a look at that. Boolean of a list, an empty list equals false. Boolean of an empty tuple also equals false. So false or false, and because the first one's false, the second one is going to win. That's going to be a tuple. For dictionary, what does an empty dictionary produce? That's also false. So false or false also equals false. So that's going to produce that and that. Do I have that? I have that. There it is. Let's just do that. Try that out. Or, yep, produces an empty tuple. That, or an empty list, equals that. Next question. Does the Python interpreter treat variable names beginning with a single underscore as private variables? You can pause the video and think about that for a while. But I know the answer to that. I'm going to tell you that the answer is no. Only when inside a class? No, it doesn't matter. Python doesn't have private variables, but you can just name your variables with a leading underscore if you like, and other programmers will understand that you mean that to be private. Not private though, even if it's in a class. Next question. What does the code below produce? Not 1 is less than 2 and not 1 is greater than 3. You can pause the video now and think about that for a while. I'm going to tell the answer. I'm just going to type that into Python there, and it's going to give me false. I cheated a little bit there. But anyway, what happens, right? 1 is less than 2, which is true. So not true equals false. So false and not. So 1 greater than 3 is false and not false. True. So not false and true equals false. Let's try that out. False and true equals false. True and true equals true. Next question. What does the code below produce? You can pause the video and think about that for a while. But I'm going to tell the answer. Okay, so A equals 3. So it's going to start with 3, so it's those two. And it's printing. So it's that one. 10, 0, so 3, yes, that one. Anyway, next question. The code below converts x to an integer. True or false? You can pause the video and think about that for a while. But I'm going to tell you the answer. X equals 1, 2, 3. X equals integer x. That is true. Let's try that out. X equals 1, 2, 3. X equals int x. And let's just have a look at its type now. And it's an integer. Excellent. Next question. What does the code below produce? Well, you can pause the video now and think about that for a while. But I'm going to tell the answer. That produces ABC, ABC, ABC. I'll prove it. ABC, ABC, ABC. Strange how you can do a multiplication on a string, but that's what happens. Next question. What is the maximum length a variable name can be in Python? I'll let you think about that for a while. But you can pause the video. But I know the answer to this, so I'm going to tell you. That answer is any length. Next question. Which is the odd one out? Okay, you can pause the video and think about that for a while. But I'm going to tell you the answer. This is how I'm going to work it out. Minus 1 is less than 0, which is true, or, well, that's true, so not true. That whole thing equals false. Minus 1 is less than 0, which is true, or doesn't really matter what that equals. Not true, that whole thing equals false. Minus 1 is less than or equal to 0, which is true, and 0 is greater than or equal to 1, so that whole thing is true. So far we got false, false, true. So far true is the odd one out. That was 10 random Python questions. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe and share.